The National Housing Bank will refinance individual housing loans to the tune of up to 20,000 crore rupees. The announcement made in the budget 2017 is likely to boost credit offtake in housing sector. We caught up with Shriram Kalyanaraman, MD and CEO of National Housing Bank, to understand how the sector is likely to perform in the backdrop of budget announcements.
The recent infrastructure announcement is a long-standing demand. And at least last year they asked, even this year various builder associations have been asked. And I think it will help them really to access the overseas funding with the lower cost of interest. Plus it will help them in the various tax clauses, which gives various concessions on the affordable housing thing. Okay. So overall, we hope and we do really think that this benefit of lower cost of funds will translate into low cost of houses, which it should, rightfully, and eventually will get passed on to the end customer.
You talked about MIG section, and we've also heard Prime Minister's speech on the eve of New Year when he said that affordable housing will now be so CLS's scheme will now be extended to MIG section of people earning between anywhere 12 to 18 lakh rupees. Can you give us some clarity as to what fine prints have come out, because financial institutions are awaiting clarity right now?
See, the final guidelines are waited. But yesterday we were there and the minister said if they have written to the election commissions, because now the code of conduct is in place, they are waiting the clarification whether they could go ahead with the announcements. Once the ministry gives the clearance, we would talk on that. But all that I can say probably is it is historical, because the MIG segment has never ever been covered by any form of subsidy, and it will give tremendously further boost to the construction as well as home finance in this country.
Okay. I want to talk about PMAY scheme, and a financing of about 20,000 crore, a provision has been made for national housing loans, as well as, PMAY scheme has been now extended from 15 years to 20 years. What sort of impact do you think that will have on affordable housing going forward?
See, National Housing Bank has always been refinanced for the home loans, both for housing finance companies as well as to the banks. The 20,000 crore is a target set, which we would definitely work towards achieving it. And it will help the players, the financiers, to immediately have access to, let's say, cheaper cost of funds. Right. Which is, again, we will keep the funds flowing, that is one. The cost of funds would be cheaper. And in some of the schemes we administer, namely the Urban Housing Fund and Rural Housing Fund, we are technically lending it at in the range of 6%. With the ongoing lending rate being fixed, so that they cannot even charge a very high rate to the end customer.
A lot of provisions were made in the budget, especially for affordable housing. Some of them you mentioned yourself. Do you think these provisions will make developers serious about building affordable houses finally?
Definitely. In fact, I would go to the extent of asking if this doesn't make what will. Because to the best of my knowledge, whatever they had asked for has been given. Right. I've been in various meetings of Daritco and Crudai and others, and even with their meeting in the housing ministry.
And what's the sense you're picking up?
And no, it's very good. In fact, a couple of them called me up to say they're very happy, and this would definitely give a boost.
The economic survey, the preface of the economic survey said that housing prices will come down as a result of demonetization. Do you see that happening?
Give it a little time, it would happen because of 2-3 reasons. One, all of us know in some way or other there was this alternate component in the housing sale, right? To various extent. You could put it 5% or 10% or some say 20%, it was there, that would go off. 2, the land prices for all new constructions is bound to come down. 3, with the recent restriction of withdrawal being limited to 3 lakhs, there is very little scope of cash transactions happening in a very big way. Right. So automatically the prices will come down.